Believe you me, the price is clear. A child born, the mother near, to death and life as hand in hand. A failed light exposed the man who led her on, who led into the flame to cast her back to hell again. But hear you me, the break of dawn will wash away the sins thereof into the lake beyond the tree. The child waits, alone is he. The flame is gone, the fire remains. 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 Hey, Brody, you're the first one in. Seemingly the only one in. Where everybody at? Get them all in here. Hey, the time. You know what? I'm just going to add everyone instead of just adding community stream watcher, because fuck it. I got the power to do that. And if there's one thing that power is meant to be used for, it's to be abused. Well, let me lean in a little more. Gonna wait for some people to show up because this is gonna be a stream about choosing what videos stay listed on the main channel. I spent some time setting up my visual here, but I feel like I immediately changed how I was sitting and now the visual's all fucked up. Well, you know, so it goes. Graduated, what's next? Everybody asking. What am I thinking of taking down? Well, for starters, these music uploads, like the Big Dumb Angry Funny Singles compilation, I'm going to move those, or rather I'm just going to re-upload them on another channel later. But I'm definitely going to unlist those because they don't perform whatsoever, and it just looks like channel clutter to anybody new. So basically what we're trying to do is make this channel look accessible, which is going to mean unlisting a bunch of stuff. Probably even some members-only videos. I don't want to unlist all of them because I want people to know there are members-only videos, but there's so many in a row, you know? And you can just get to them through the membership tab or through playlists. They don't have to be listed, I don't think. I mean, I don't even know if YouTube innately shows people all of that. You can always click public and just, there they go, they're not there anymore. But I think I can unlist them and they should still be easily findable for members, you know. But some of this stuff, like this 2026, the first fortnight, this would have been a better video for the Trixie Takes the Square channel. I just wasn't using another, you know, like a separate vlogging channel. I would unlist a lot of the videos with just your face / update the thumbnails. True. Updating thumbnails can also happen. If you think something needs to stay up, but you think it needs a different, better thumbnail, we could talk. Like, my perspective entering 2026, that one's definitely staying up because it is important. Does the thumbnail need to just be me? I mean, I think that one's fine. I kind of actually like that thumbnail because I like the way the background looks. But some of them, like this one's fucking horrible. I don't know what I was thinking with that. So let's go ahead. We'll just start right away. Unlist the stuff we know we're unlisting, which is the music uploads. Again, I'm just gonna repost these, so they're not disappearing from YouTube or anything. I mean, even on this channel, they will still be in playlists. But again, nobody clicks on these. They grow very slowly. I mean, Neverwinter Norfolk has and Crib Nasty have more views now than they did when I uploaded them. So it's not like no one has ever clicked. But you know, when you see something like that and you see how few views it has compared to the other videos, I feel like the assumption is, oh, it must be shitty. You know, that's a lot of baggage. It must be that nobody clicks on it because it sucks, and that's not true. It doesn't suck. It's good stuff, but you know. So we'll start working on that as I watch more of you come in. Ooh, I really like how that song begins. Apple Oxide 4489 says, I just started Anime Alphabet. After that video the other day, YouTube hasn't pushed me your stuff in like a year. Yeah, I literally followed a channel not very long ago because they did a video about the show The Critic, and that video, for whatever reason, the algorithm loved it, right? It's got like 150,000 views on like a fairly new channel that none of their other videos had like any views. So I subscribed based on that video, thinking like, okay, dope, this is a cool channel, cool new channel to follow, right? And then last night while I'm laying in bed, I go to the YouTube home tab, and the YouTube home tab is always giving me like random fucking posts from channels I don't even follow, and you know, of course, showing me the same videos I haven't clicked on for years at this point, and it's still trying to get me to watch them for some reason. And I'm laying in bed, I go to the home tab, and it shows me a post from that channel that had the Critic video. And I was like, the post was like 8 hours old. So I was like, first of all, how did I not see this already? You know, because I know I had checked my sub feed on mobile, and the sub feed on desktop doesn't show you posts in like a linear fashion. You have to like go dig for them. Light it like a cigarette. And when you're on fucking mobile, it will show them to you like in order on your sub feed if it bothers to show them to you. But this was an 8-hour-old post announcing that they had put up a new video about the show Duckman. And I was like, I don't remember seeing this in my feed. And I looked, and sure enough, it is not in my feed at all. I cannot find it in my sub feed. And I'm like, I just subscribed to this channel like 2 weeks ago. Why would it, like, it's not as though there's been a pattern of me ignoring their content or something. I straight up have watched one video and subbed, you know, and the very next video is not showing up in my feed. And I was kind of fucking pissed. I was like, why did it take 8 hours for this to push me even an indication of this video's existence, and it's still not in my actual sub feed? Like, yeah, that was infuriating to realize. And the video only had like 700 views at the time. It's I think up to like 2K or something like that. Nowhere near having had the push that their previous video had. Why? It just didn't make any sense to me. And like, I actually searched, like, because it was about the show Duckman, right? So I put into YouTube search Duckman, and I already opened that. And it didn't come up. I sorted by newest first. It didn't come up. I tried Duckman analysis. It did not come up. I had to go find the channel to make the video appear for myself. So it almost felt like YouTube was burying this video. Like it didn't want me to see it or something. And I'm just like, why? I haven't actually watched it yet because I was fucking in bed at the time. And I've been watching this FD Signifier Tyler Perry video for the last 2.5 hours, which was deleted, assumably by Tyler Perry. Like, it went up, I think, yesterday, and by the end of the night, was gone. So, yeah, YouTube is just such a fucking frustrating, broken goddamn platform. YouTube fixed their shit challenge literally fucking impossible. Hey. 757 got something to say. Y'all workers all play on the Chesapeake Bay. Now again, to reiterate, I'm unlisting all of these musics, but I will be reposting these all. The channel that was previously, I mean, it's currently still called Digibros Turntable. I'm just going to change the name of that to Trial of the Golden Witch, because it already has a bunch of my music videos on it. So I'm just going to upload all the new stuff there. And then that can be the channel for people who actually want to hear this stuff, because most people don't. And you would think, well, you know, I want to get new people into the music, so there's got to be, like, you know, might as well take advantage of the channel that has subscribers to push it to them. But they're not getting shown this stuff. Nobody's getting pushed this stuff. If I put the category as music, that thing might as well be on my fucking tombstone. Keep, like, hearing the opening note of the song and immediately getting the song in my head. Y'all to say that I'm related to that shit, to that whack-ass shit. I don't wanna be frustrated, so don't bitch. You could just hold that in. You know you don't need to be saying none of that shit, none of that whack-ass shit. Now you done got me praying, nobody slip. For some reason, the Trixie Goldie Witch video has way more views than the other ones. I don't know if it's just the title, if it's the fact that it says, bitch, it's a Katamari on a roll. I don't know. These ones did okay. Lung Capacity and Trixie Goldie Witch did weirdly okay compared to most of my song uploads. I didn't mean to click that one. Browser's a little loud. Yeah. I wasn't planning to play anything through the browser, but I get that it's probably kicking your eardrums ass every time I click on something, so I'll just go ahead and turn that down. Wake up early and I smack 3 rappers by daybreak. Today is a payday, not a play date. Okay, so I'm going to take a short break from doing just the music uploads so that we can see what this looks like with all that unlisted. And let's decide on some of this stuff. Okay. So I already said this one doesn't need to live. This was very incidental to the times. It was like, here's some stuff that's happening in the world or that I just consumed in the last 2 weeks. Really just needed to get this stuff off my chest. Again, this is exactly the kind of video that should be on the vlog channel, not the main channel. Okay. So, should this, I guess, if you're a member, let me know if you think that these members only videos need to be listed or if they can be unlisted. 100% my greatest flaw is absolutely this, by far and without question. I feel like this is the kind of title that might make you think, I'm going to become a member. But let me know what you think. Does this, if you're not a member, actually forget if you are a member, if you're not a member, does this entice you towards the idea of wanting to be one? Even if you're just not a member because you can't afford it, does this make you wish you could afford it? If not, I'm gonna unlist it. Let me read some more chat since I was just doing all that for a little while. Let's see here. Pika Pika said, sorry I haven't been much active in a really long time. Work steals time from me. No worries, it happens to all of us. You can unlist some and put them in a playlist. And yeah, don't get me wrong, all of these are in playlists. I have a very organized playlists on this channel, so, you know, unlisting them, they're just going to stay where they already are. Actually, you're going to see that there's a ton of unlisted playlists here because those are just my personal YouTube music playlists. That are not actually public to you. But if you were to go to the playlist tab and not be logged into my account, it would be way less chaotic than it looked just now. Do people have notice on? I've never had a trouble losing track of a channel when I hit the bell, including yours. What I've noticed, because I've only ever hit the bell on a couple of channels, and I kind of find it annoying. Like, I would really hate to have the bell on every channel I sub, because I already have the sub feed. I don't want to also have to fucking, go down the list. But the notifications tend to come mad late. Like, I'll often get notified of a video like a whole day after it was actually uploaded. That also annoys me. How am I doing? Pika Pika, check out that I rebooted what was formerly the After Dark channel is now called Trixie Takes the Square, and I've been posting vlogs on there. The last 3 days I posted vlogs up there that should let you know where I'm at, which is to say, doing pretty well. I quit weed, and now I'm trying to entirely quit drinking. I mean, I'm not like addicted to drinking, but every time I do it, I feel like I just get into a bad mood, so I'm just not going to do it anymore. Maybe like have a beer if I'm out somewhere, but I'm not trying to. After, like, anything after 2 beers is, this night's not going to go well for me anymore. Like 2 beers I can handle, paced out well if they're low alcohol, because I'm kind of a lightweight. So if I were to drink like a 9%, I might be fucked already, but if we're talking 2 light beers, I think I'd be fine. But anything past that, the mood gets too sour. If the mood gets sour, it stays sour, is the problem. When you're clicking on a music video in sequence, then immediately pausing them, it sounds like you're walking past various portal test chambers. That's hilarious. Yes, YouTube needs to fix their shit. Definitely keep the neurotype chart from several years ago. Those are incredibly useful and still are. And I like those videos. I feel like they are not as nuanced as I wish. Or rather, neurotype videos are archived on another channel by some fans. That's also true. They're all over there. A lot of videos are re-uploaded in other places, which when I had told everybody that you needed to archive my content, I did not mean for them to like upload it to a bunch of different channels. And that's part of why I brought all my videos back, because I was like, I don't want y'all just putting it on YouTube. That wasn't the point of this. So, instructions were not clear enough, basically. Let's see here. I'm broke but deaf, want to see. Okay. So you definitely want to see this one. I don't pay for subscriptions generally, but I did consider paying. I can't anyway. Is your Cash App still Golden Witch Fire? Yes. Right there on the screen. Little back pay you need to send. Hey, hell yeah. I love getting paid on Cash App and Venmo because I get that money right the fuck away. Just please keep the Eureka 7 videos. I can keep those. I definitely need to do something about finishing that fucking series. I don't think I could continue it exactly the way that I had been writing it. But, okay, so 100% my greatest flaw. This seems to be enticing enough to be worth keeping. Obviously, the Tezuka video is, like, important. Should I keep up, have my politics changed over time? Does this make you think, ooh, I'd really like to see that? Or does it make you think... Because I feel like this one's got a pretty decent thumbnail. This one, maybe I need a new thumbnail, because it is kind of hideously just right up in my fucking face, and it looks all pixely and fucked up, too. Alright, so have my politics change over time, which I think is a great video also. Like, that's one of my favorite members-only videos, so that's a good reason to have it listed. Alf Rules 1 here with ARS 100. Hello, Trixie. Again, Trixie, I should be studying, but I have a question. On the shit-talking YouTuber videos, were you really drunk? Yeah, I was very drunk. I think I was 6 beers deep. In that video, I'm pretty sure I have all the beers I had drank on the mantle behind me or something like that. I know I did that for a few vlogs where I would just pile up the beers so that you could see exactly how drunk I was in the background. But I talked about this in my latest video on Trixie Takes the Square, where I talk about the different sides of my personality and how the very angry side, Mitsue, is normally silent. Like, part of her ethos is to remain silent. And so in order to sort of let the Kraken out, so to speak, I would get shit-faced in order to, like, let the anger actually emerge in a public forum, because ordinarily I just wouldn't. What do y'all think about You Will Be Killed? Does that need to stay up? This one has done pretty decently. Like, views-wise, I think the title and thumbnail has definitely attracted some attention. So I feel like that one maybe could stay. And I know I want my perspective entering 2026. I know I want Rappers Love Ghost in the Shell. I think we could probably unlist redoing my anime list favorites. This is one that I thought would be more of a draw towards like anime fans, but I don't think it's really even among my members only videos, this one has not performed as well as some of the others. So I think it would be safe to unlist this one. And it's just not that attractive. Like, a better thumbnail could probably do better for it, but it's not that interesting of a video anyways. I think How I Journalism is a little too insider baseball. The Best Way to Determine the GOAT. How does that one make you feel? Do you feel like you would be enticed to this video, or does that not sound that interesting? That's one where I'm going to have a harder time deciding. How I Journalism. Oh, wait, I'm just realizing if I unlist these, they're no longer members only. Shit. Well, you know what? I'm okay with it. Some of these can just be freebies now. I have like 60 members only videos. I don't need to be that precious about it. So now that I've unlisted those videos, you can all just go watch them, I guess. Which is kind of hilarious. Okay, let's see. What are y'all saying? Personally, I find seeing members-only videos very annoying, and it does nothing for making me want to give you money at all. Why is that, Zugo? Does it just make you annoyed that you theoretically would have to pay for them? Or, like, I'd really like to drill into the psychology of that, because I can definitely understand that that would be the case. Like, it doesn't sound strange to me that someone would feel that way. I just don't really know why. But I don't really follow a lot of channels that have members-only videos. The only one I really do is The Company Man, and I'm a member of his channel, so I watch all of them. But on his channel, it's usually members first. Like, usually the videos come out eventually to public anyways. Mixed on the GOAT one? Okay, we'll unlist that too. Now I'm realizing also that there is a big incentive for non-members to tell me to unlist videos because they become not members anymore. But I really only want to keep, you know, ones that are actually going to make people want to pay for a membership. I did always intend to make a bunch of these, like, available anyways. You know, I just realized I could A/B test titles. I should start doing that sometimes. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. We've got... Every time I refresh, more videos come up. The list is funny. Okay, so... Anime is for kids, just maybe not yours. Generational Warfare, The Coming Cringe Apocalypse just does not sound at all like something that needs to be members only. I believe I can see the future as I repeat the same routine. It's a Nine Inch Nails song. Every day is exactly the same. Amateur hour is over / responsible creating. I feel like more people probably could enjoy hearing this. Also, Jesus Christ, that camera angle. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, that can go unlisted. Okay, so I feel like anime is for kids. Maybe could stay members only. What do you think? Is this enticing to y'all at all, or does that sound like I'd never be excited about that anyways. If Trixie has no tricksters, I'm dead. I never thought of referring to my audience as tricksters, but that's pretty funny. I wonder what the other Trixie calls her audience, because there's like a way more famous Trixie, like a drag queen named Trixie, who I did not know about until after picking the name. But I wonder if her audience are tricksters. I think the psychology of it is because it's annoying to see something you thought you'd be able to watch at first glance, but then you realize you can't. Not that I care much. I could see that. I mean, I see the green logo like immediately, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's members only. But I could definitely see not noticing it right away, clicking on the video and being like, oh, motherfucker. Do you still advertise Patreon? I haven't in a long time. I have not done anything for... I would prefer to have memberships over patrons because it's all here on the same platform. Like, it's just easier to manage having it all in one place. Although YouTube does probably take a slightly bigger cut than Patreon. But, like, uploading exclusive content to Patreon is a pain in the ass. The whole fucking... Patreon is just like a terribly laid out website. Like, the whole graphic design, the UI of the website is just awful. Awful. It's hard to navigate. It's hard to use, even on like on the creator end. Like, for some reason, it has 3 different menus, and there's nothing that differentiates why each of them is separate. Like, they all have different stuff in them, but there's no logic behind what is in each of the 3 menus. So yeah, Patreon is just a big pain in the ass, and that's the biggest reason that I've encouraged memberships. And for a while, I was doing Substack as well, but then Substack decided that they were like Elon Musk fans, and I kind of got really upset about it and stopped posting there. So... that's why I've mostly just been like, all right, whatever. I'm on YouTube anyways, so I might as well, keep it to the YouTubers, the YouTube audience. The importance of knowing what you're doing. This is one that probably doesn't need to be members only. A bunch of these also I've pulled a ton of clips from. Like, I made, at the end of last year, after making like a ton of members only videos, I then... took a bunch of shorts from the members only videos, hoping that would advertise them, that like people would watch the short and then see that it comes from a longer video and click through and watch it. And I don't think that led to any new memberships. And I did like 100 of them. Will You Take One for the Team is really good. I think that one's gonna stay members only. The Hope I Give, that doesn't need to be members only.
By West Side Gun.
West Side Gun. Oh, right, because I'm talking about the part where he's like, what's the lyrics? It's like, big chain on my neck, that's hope. Okay. Your audience is your competition. See, like, some of these, I kind of want more people to see. And, like, part of the reason I was doing all these members-only videos was not just to gain memberships, but also to hide the ideas, like, to make it so that these ideas don't just get stolen. And I think that having them unlisted, there's a low risk of that anyways. Like, you're still going to have to kind of look for these videos to find them. You have to kind of know that there is a bunch of unlisted videos to get to them. So let's see. What have we got now? This feels way more balanced already. Like, seeing like 3 out of 8 being members only, it just feels way more balanced than how it was. Okay, there is no more quiet part. That one can be unlisted as well. This is a fun video, but again, a lot of these are videos that if I made them now, I would just post them on Trixie Takes the Square anyways. Like, they would not be members only. They'd just be vlogs. I just simply wasn't doing a separate vlogging channel for the last couple of years. So, some of these, I feel like this one I was just kind of bitching. This was like just a bitching ass video. So this one definitely doesn't need to be members only. I feel like I'm cringing at myself in this thumbnail. Like, every time I see that thumbnail, I'm like, yeah, that was kind of cringe, actually. Mentally, I'm there. How to write... This definitely doesn't need... this is, like, the least watched members-only video. Nobody cares about how to write songs. Nobody was interested in learning how to write songs. So yeah, that one was a total dud. Okay, read some more chat. Let's see what y'all saying. Every day is exactly the same. Maybe you could add a banner at the top of the thumbnail / corner for members' videos. That's a good idea. Like maybe put a green border around it if it's bring back color-coded thumbnail borders, which I loved that idea at the time, but everyone hated that when I did that. Probably because it was confusing, like the there was too many different colors. Maybe if it's just members only videos that have a green thing, that would probably go over a little better than trying to create like a whole system of color coding. If I were paying for memberships, I would probably want long 20 to 40 minute videos with titles that address something personal and general, yet vague enough to slightly seem sensationalist. That is definitely the goal. That is definitely what I like. Have my politics changed over time, 50 minutes long? That is exactly the kind of thing I think you're describing. I really miss your Substack. Yeah, I mean, I wish Substack didn't decide to be a bunch of tech bros about it. I also just don't do as much writing like on the side, you know? Part of when the Substack was most active was when I wasn't doing YouTube, and particularly when Bird and I were on the road for like a whole year. I wrote a lot of articles like sitting in hotel beds and stuff like that. Right now, if I was going to write something, I would probably want it to be a video that could be profitable. You know, did I not just unlist this? Did I not hit reload since doing? What did I do wrong here? No, okay, I did. Let me refresh again. I clicked on the video. Okay, copy without original doesn't need to be there. I feel like mentally I'm there. There's some kind of aura about this. Like this thumbnail and title combination has a kind of aura that I feel like is attractive. So that one will stay. But any video that doesn't have obvious aura has got to go. Your Mom Online, definitely staying members only. That is another one. This has been like the most successful members only video. Partly because it is so long, but like why the Pokemon anime is underrated definitely does not need to be members only. Especially when it starts off with me saying I'm not going to make this super crazy in depth. Okay, well, that sounds like it didn't even need to exist then, but sure. Sure, why not? My feelings about the state of video essays, that can definitely be unlisted. Especially, I'm very quick to unlist the ones that I don't specifically remember what the fuck I say in them. Like, if I'm like, oh, I don't think this was a special one, you know. Incels aren't real can say. Welcome to the Spirit War / Soul Resonance Guide is like an extra schizo post. So that one can be unlisted. I like this video, but it is as schizo as it could be. I gotta change descriptions on some of these too. Okay, incels aren't real can definitely stay. Please don't join the U.S. military. Actually, this should have been public in the first place. What's the point of a public service announcement that you have to pay money to see? That doesn't make any fucking sense. The last time I was on Patreon, it prompted me to install a DRM browser extension to watch membership content. Ew, what the fuck? That sucks. Will you still drink with me or not? I mean, like I said, I'll have like a couple, like, I'm not banning myself from ever drinking again, but I am trying to you know, just keep myself under control in general. Okay, the Thunderbolts review does not have to be members only. You don't need to make great art does not have to be members only. It's not that deep. Should have been public in the first place because everybody needs to hear it. Anime onlys are literally bad people was the first members only video. We'll see how that looks when I've unlisted the other stuff. Hopefully this doesn't make the existing members like upset that the videos they already watched are now free, but I mean it's been a while since most of these came out. It's not like people are heavily going back to them. And again, I don't think I need to have 60 member videos to entice someone towards a membership.
It's very
Especially if most of them aren't that interesting. I mean, this one is a great video, but this one should just outright be public, I think. I don't know, is that going to repost this? If I make this public, is it going to suddenly show up in my... Let's find out. Will this suddenly become the first video listed on the channel? That would be really funny. And I hope it's not the case. Okay, it doesn't seem like it. Yeah, okay, it seems to just be up. Cool. Anime onlys are literally bad people. Again, doesn't really need to be members only. Even though it was the first one, doesn't really need to be there. Okay. So now we've significantly reduced the number of members only videos and the amount of clutter on the channel. So now if you click on my channel, you'll see a couple members only, Tezuka. This one needs a new thumbnail. This one has a great thumbnail. I'm actually not sure if the anime is for kids, just maybe not yours needs to be members only either. I also kind of hate the thumbnail on it, so let's go ahead and unlist this one too. I don't even really remember what I say in this video. Like, I can guess, but it's probably not that deep. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, it did republish. It did go to the top of my feed. Well, okay, it's going to look like I just published this video all of a sudden now, but that's fine. You know, whatever. It's got a decent thumbnail and title. I think it will be okay. It's funny that it's publishing while I'm live. Okay, so we've taken care of the members only stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and put this video on while I go pee real quick. Let's see here. Put the audio up. It's very hot and very windy in Virginia today. Strange combination. I've been told this is tornado weather. It's not supposed to be tornadoes here in the other side of the Appalachian Mountains, but I guess they happen. First off, shout out to my members. Those of you on the Do Witchcraft tier who get to see this video. Queen Slut, Asapi, Aqua Bunny, Taper Clip, Gyasi Hall, Duncan264, Anime Professor, Zen Huxtable, Hewan, Zerakiel, and Gigadonk. Shout out to all of you. The fact that you're on this list means I like you more than most people in the world. Also, shout out to, oh, I already said Asapi, but Asapi and Night Night, who are on the sponsor good tier, which means they can't see this video, but their contributions are appreciated anyways. So what this is about is a new mind virus that we've all become aware of, and I think we're all starting to rebel against, which is it's not that deep. It's not that deep,
wow,
bro.
Trixie uploaded like 10 videos today. No, it's just the other ones I all made unlisted. That's the only one I made public because I feel like people need to see that, and it probably should have been public in the first place. Fucking this camera angle. There we go. And let's bring that up a bit. Why do I keep getting taller every time I sit down? This doesn't make any fucking sense. Will the members videos go public eventually? Not any of these ones that are still members only. These will probably just stay members only forever. Yeah. They're all... Each of these has kind of a special reason to be members only, I feel like. I mean, this one is more so like... how would I put it? They're all very personal, but really good. Like, really deep and interesting, or political and reflective. Actually, incels aren't real doesn't really need to be members only either, but
Stating things.
because this is another one that people deserve to see and is more like funny than it is deep or anything like that. But I feel like I want the members only videos to have a very specific kind of aura about them. So we'll leave the one... Again, this one I'm going to change the thumbnail. Have my politics changed over time is really good. Will you take one for the team is really, really good. Mentally I'm there is really good. Your mom online is really good. Alright, so I guess we're down to like 5? Yeah, we're down to 5 members only videos. Why am I unlisting videos? Because I want to clean up the way this channel looks when you come and click on it. So it doesn't look like a ton of clutter, and like it's more clear what the theme of the channel is in general. And most of that type of video, all the ones that I just unlisted, again, you can find them in the playlists it very easily. But that is the type of content I will be posting on Trixie Takes the Square from now on. Like, just, you know, random vlogs like I used to make way back in the day. That's what all those videos were. They were all just like an After Dark vlog, basically. But I didn't want to do that publicly. So, okay. This is a really good spread of really good videos right here. The Tyler one does not need to stay up on this channel. This one, I don't know if I'll leave him... Hey, I'm wearing the same shirt as I am in this video. This one, maybe I will... So what I'm planning to do with some of the stuff that's music themed is I have this channel called Nova Loves Music that is dedicated exclusively to super long music analysis videos. And so, for instance, with the Doechii videos and the Kendrick Lamar videos, what I'm going to do is just package them all in gigantic packages and post them on that channel. So I'll have like just a video called something like 5 hours of Doechii videos or something like that, and then 5 hours of Kendrick Lamar videos, and it'll just be a big pack of all these re-uploaded over there because they don't perform well on this channel. And there are people who would subscribe to me if I only covered hip-hop. Like, I'm very active in the hip-hop YouTube community, by which I mean I watch lots of YouTube videos and I'm in the comments section, you know, and I talk to the creators in that sphere. But those people are very confused about what I do. Like, they don't understand what I do because it seems so fucking random, you know? So I would like to keep all the hip-hop stuff on one channel, you know, and make it a little easier for the music fans to have something to watch, particularly because most of this channel's fans are not that into music. They don't really care about this stuff, you know. That said, the Don't Act Like Drake fans video plus How to Gatekeep is not really about music as much as it is about a type of person, and I think that one's worth keeping. That's Bait is probably worth keeping. Great writing requires great people is definitely worth keeping. This is like a short, almost narrative series in a way, and I think all of these are pretty good. I mean, these 3 videos pretty much created my entire Golden Butterflies community. Like, most of y'all who are here from the Discord, you got here because of these videos. Specifically, Nobody is Nobody. This was the video where I was like, hey, like, to me, you are all individual people that I'm paying attention to, so you might as well act like it. Was sort of the theme of that one. Also, like, the videos that are really good, I would prefer that you didn't have to dig for them, you know? Like, I don't want you to have to crate dive to get to stuff
Kendrick
that
Lamar
might
is one.
really touch you, you know? And again, I think some of these videos will just perform better when they've been re-uploaded somewhere else and are not
I really couldn't
crowding up a totally unrelated channel. I didn't remember that there was music in this one. I guess I used the instrumental for Nissan Altima in there. That's funny. Okay, so that stuff will get re-uploaded later. YouTubers aren't special. Oh yeah, that was also part of this. So YouTubers aren't special is what led into Create Space for Rage, which led into Nobody is Nobody, which led into How I Became a Frontier Psychiatrist. All of these did okay for what they are, so I think they're probably fine to stay. I Am Never Watching Your Favorite Anime is pretty funny as a title. Practical Creativity is one of my best videos ever. Do Bees Control Humanity, while very funny and a fun concept for a video, nobody really cared about, so that one's going. Dead Hip Hop Generations can go on the Hip Hop channel. Sympathy for Digibro fans can definitely stay. 5 Creative Considerations has almost kind of been... Like, I feel like the How to Describe Media video is kind of a better version of the same thing. And also Practical Creativity is kind of a better version of the same thing. So that one doesn't really need to stay listed. And again, once more, these are all going to be up in the playlists. So, you know, if any of these is a video that you personally like and you're like, no, just, it's still there. It's still accessible.
This is going to be one of
This is going to be one of the weirdest videos I've ever made, I'm sure is what I was about to say. No, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Literally goes to a honey tasting. Has revelation about the entire world. I forgot to turn the fucking desktop audio back down so I don't get flavor blasted by noise every time I click on something. 7 billion of you fuckers couldn't take me all at once. Trying to still settle down back there before I crash into the sun. Alright, no more of that. Really glad I decided to live stream this, because this would have been boring as fuck to do without being live. Wait, did I already... Oh, I opened that one twice, I guess. Weird. Did I open this? I did, right? I did this one, right? Let's reload again. Let's see what this looks like right now. Okay. You click on Trixie the Golden Witch. You see it's not that deep. It is, though. Okay, that's good. Cultural philosophy. My greatest flaw. Tezuka invented graphic novels. And this one, what I'll probably do is also make this a collaborative video, because YouTube now gives you the ability to mark a video as belonging to multiple channels. So I might make that one so it belongs to both this channel and Nova's anime blog, so that it kind of leads you over. Because it's not really an anime video, you know? It's like a cultural history video. Similarly with Rappers Love Ghost in the Shell, like, this is music analysis and anime content, you know? So, like, this could be cross-posted to both Nova's music blog and Nova's anime blog, but it still makes as much sense here, you know? Samus vs. Isolation has already been re-uploaded onto a channel called Barrier Suit, but I could mark it as a collab between those channels, just basically making it a little bit easier. Sustainable War Sucks, similarly, could be cross-posted with Nova's anime blog. But I don't think that they don't belong on this channel, you know? Okay. How Are You Not Banned from X doesn't really need to be there. Death to Imposter Syndrome is important. Don't Act Like Drake fans is important. That's bait. Great writing requires great people is important. Sympathy for Digibro fans. Okay, so the Kendrick stuff, again, I'm going to just put all in one big video on the Nova channel. I've completely lost track of how many channels you have. Me too. I have way more than you think. Like, there's plenty of them that have never had videos posted to them that just exist. Let me write quick. Here's all the ones I'm logged into at the moment. So we've got Ghoster, Digi Does Anime, Trixie the Golden Witch, ASC Presents, which I'm an editor on, Picnic Adventure, Twilight of the Golden Witch, which has nothing on it, I created it years ago. Has nothing on it. Barrier Suit, which is just for Metroid re-uploads. Sunday Redial, which had one video and was way too much effort. So I don't know if that'll ever have a sequel. Slime Dolls, which is the one with me and Gigadonk. Comments on Comments, which is dead because that was a podcast I did for like a month and then just kind of got too busy with work and stopped doing. Nova's Anime Blog, which is active. The one that's just my name, Beatrice Collins, which I don't even think has a channel. I think this is just like I had to, like, there was a time where YouTube made you have like separately a channel for your Google account and then a channel that you actually post to. There's a channel just called Digibro. I don't know how that happened. Modal Soul Productions was my original channel, my OG YouTube channel from 2007. Beatrice Duracine, which is again like just the like name channel for this email. Digibro's Turntable is going to be rebranded to Trial of the Golden Witch, and there is also a Trial of the Golden Witch channel already that I had made way back at like the start of making music under an actual email address for that. And there's no reason not to just use this one instead because it has more subscribers. Hentai Samurai, which I don't even know why he has a YouTube channel. Trixie Takes the Square, which is what the After Dark channel was. Bomber Girl Vera. Bomber Girl Cute 'em Up, which has not actually been posted to yet because it's a separate channel for just Cute 'em Up games. Nova Loves Music, which is the most recent channel that I've created, I think. And this isn't all of them. This is just what I'm logged into right now, because there's Blurry Light Barely Visible Through Branches and Trees, which is where I posted Schizotypical, the Media Melt magazine. And, there was Digi's Favorite Albums was a channel for a time. I didn't see that in the list. It only had like 3 videos on it. There was Digi Bros, which became Vic and Hope. So Vic and Hope is still active. And then, but I don't post it. It's my brother's channel and his wife. And, GameCube Chats, which was the first Let's Play channel that I tried to do. List Bro, thank you for reminding me. I totally would have forgotten List Bro. Completely forgot List Bro. Did 2 videos there and then re-uploaded them to the main channel. Totally forgot about List Bro. Thank you for reminding me. So yeah, at least 25 channels, at least. This is not strange for me, because back in the WordPress days, I had like 40 WordPress blogs, most of which also had nothing on them. There was maybe like 6 or 7 that actually had content on them. And even then, most of them only had a couple of videos. I had like 2 blogs that I really had a lot of posts on. The main one, and then Suspended Animation Dreams was the name of a blog that I had like a couple of collaborative writers on. I keep clicking. I need to just pin this. I'm scared to close this tab because the video might get deleted again and I won't get to fucking finish it. Okay, so Soft Bondage for Anxiety Relief probably doesn't need to be listed. It's cool. It's a good video, but, you know, it's very specialist, very, only for certain people, and they've probably seen it already. Let's see. Words Are Imaginary is a good one. I think that one can stay. It's definitely in the vein of what I do. High Meta Epics should stay. High Meta Epics this one has resonated with a lot of people who wanted a name for what this is. So I think that should stay. Heavy Horrorcore Hip Hop, first of all, got no fucking views, so that's definitely not staying. I don't think we need this Plinkett one. I don't remember what I say in this Being Neurospicy video. We'll come back to that. How I Popularize Analysis Videos has to stay. This only has so many views because I had it as the channel trailer for like a year. We don't need this Drake one, because the Don't Be Like Drake fans video is a better rundown of the Drake Karen mentality. Okay, so this is another one where like probably this topic could be brought up on a music channel later, and I can do a better job, give it like a proper edit and all that. This one, was not that interesting. Nope, not members only. If I seem like I misclick a lot, by the way, it's because I have the shittiest mouse on earth. With all the money I'm saving from not smoking weed anymore, one of the first things I need to do is buy myself a decent mouse, because this piece of shit $15 fucking Chinese Amazon mouse is not doing it for me. Not that Chinese mouses aren't good, just it's a cheap Chinese import Amazon mouse. I don't actually know what the good companies are for mouse. Okay, reload again. Wow, it's so much cleaner. Every time I reload, I'm like, this looks like a better channel. This looks like a better channel than it did a minute ago. Okay, I think it does bother me a little that these thumbnails are so similar, so I might do something with this one. Maybe needs a new thumbnail. I don't know. I like that I'm smiling. I look happy. That's cool. I really like these 3 thumbnails. I'm not as in love with this one, and I don't like that it looks like I'm wearing the same shirt, and probably am wearing the same shirt. Alf Rules with another 100 ARS says, "Hey Trixie, have you listened to Argentinian music since I recommended it to you?" No, I forgot. But send me something on like Blue Sky or Discord, and I'll be more likely to remember, because I tend to just totally forget like that anything that happened during a stream. As soon as it's over, I go do something else. So I just noticed Brody saying thank you, Roy Thomas, for bringing us together. That's so funny, especially because Roy got kicked out of the Discord. Oh man, How Are You Not Banned from X is a banger, but I feel like everyone knows the problem with X at this point. I'm not going to convince any new people to quit. If you haven't quit yet, you're not going to. Need more subs to Slime Dolls TBH? Definitely so. And I'm glad it's gained like 20 or 30 subscribers from the me talking about the channel on the Takes the Square videos, which that's the idea, that's why I made them. It's just to literally mostly for that video, to be like, how the fuck do I get more people to know that we've got this new channel? I had no idea you had a character named Hentai Samurai. I thought I made that up when I named the NSFW chat in the Discord Lamau. Yeah. It was only one video that was on Pornhub, and it got removed because Pornhub, I don't know, changed their rules at some point. But it was me wearing one pair of Shimapan on my face and one pair of Shimapan on my, body, and going, "Hero, I am a hentai samurai." And I reviewed one really good hentai manga. Like, the idea was, can you make a 10 out of 10 hentai manga? And so I reviewed what I considered a 10 out of 10 hentai manga. And I had on-screen visuals, so that's why it had to be on Pornhub, aside from me being mostly naked. I was in, like, a dark closet, so you couldn't really tell that much, but, oh, yeah, Airy Rude Boy reminded me, didn't you have a channel with Best Guy Ever? Yes, Cantant! And Cantant has, like, 200 videos on it, so I don't know how the fuck I forgot that. Not to mention the Procrastinators channel, maybe because I didn't run those, or no, did I do, no, I don't think I did the posting on Cantant. I think Nate and Vic, because Vic would edit them and get them to Nate, and then Nate would upload them and make the thumbnails, if I remember correctly. I don't think I was involved in the actual maintenance work of Cantant, and that's probably why it slipped out of my mind. And with PCP, I was originally doing the maintenance work, but that ended up getting passed on to other people. Vic and Hope is indeed still goated. They put out some awesome 6-hour film review of 32 films or whatever recently, and they're going to keep doing that every month, I think. Trixie, did you get a bed for your room? Yes. One of Bird's coworkers moved to Georgia. Thank you, Brody, for the $50 for mouse monies. Hell the fuck yeah. That is exactly what I'll do with that. And that money will get to me next month, in about a month. which my next paycheck should show up in a few days from YouTube. But beautiful. Beauty voodoo. Beauty voodoo. Nobody is Nobody is a video that got me in that Discord, said Gigadonk. Yes, yes. Both Giga and Brody showed up like the same day. It was like 10 people who are now like regulars of the community all joined right after that video. Just dumped a whole lasagna on my keyboard. Oh my god, no. Miss Yellow Red, I'm so sorry. What the fuck? That sucks. Have you read Onani Master Kurosawa? Yes, I loved that manga when I was just at the end of high school, which is the perfect time to read that. If you are a gooner who's about to graduate high school, if you're a gooner and a piece of shit and you're about to graduate high school, you have to read Onani Master Kurosawa. No other context do you need to read that manga. It's fine. You don't really need it in your life unless you are a gooner and a piece of shit and you're about to graduate high school, in which case you need that manga. Petra, you might still enjoy it. But I definitely think it hits harder if you're right in the space of like about to become an adult. And it's a manga about a guy who's like trying to use Death Note logic and scheming to jack off into his classmates' stuff, and then he gets caught, and it becomes about the consequences of what he had done, and it's really good. Okay, I don't think the Transformers one or the Nosferatu video need to be here, and the Dochi one, like I said, will get recompiled into a big old Dochi compilation video. All those videos need a second life anyways, because not that many people really watched the... Sometimes, like, I understand why there are people who like, they're always saying things like, I don't know how to tell which one of your videos are, like, the really edited ones and which ones aren't, and so I just kind of, give up. But man, is it disappointing when I actually do put, like, a week of effort into a video and then nobody watches it, and it's like, ooh. I mean, 2.8k views isn't horrible, but... compared to how much effort this video took to make. Oh, and it's partially blocked? Well, that sucks. I didn't even know that. It's probably only blocked in Russia and the Ukraine, because usually if a video is partially blocked, it's only blocked in those two countries. White guilt is correct. As much as I agree with this video, it is like one of the most controversial and divisive ones I've done, and I think I could do better. I actually was I recorded like a second version of this around when I first moved in to this house last year, so like about a year ago. And I just don't think I'm going to convince white people who don't feel guilty to feel guilty. It's just not going to happen. All right, this is no longer topical. People probably have already forgotten Finn McKenty ever existed, so... I don't think this one needs to exist. Also, all these videos where I have like the shittiest fucking faded nail polish is kind of pissing me off. Alas, this was when I was living with my parents and I was not feeling anything. I was living with my parents throughout 2024 was just like kind of miserable. So I'm glad that I moved here, Vic and Hope really picked me up out of a bad spot by moving out of their house and letting me move in with my husband and my brother Shade. Okay, so I feel like this is not an overwhelming amount of Trixie in the Swamp videos, right? How I popularized analysis... Top 25 YouTube videos of 2024 obviously is, a good promotional video. These two did decent, like 2.5k views is not so little that I'm like, oh, nobody cares about this. I'm like, no, that's all right. That's fine for that. Being Neurospicy, though, I feel like I wouldn't want this
gather gaze and let me tell you.
No, you know what? That's good. It's good. Gather gaze as a start to a video is a good start. So that one can stay. Debate type people are cooked. And Femcells have fully arrived has to stay. This is a great one. Debate type people are cooked. This was kind of funny, but I don't think it needs to be there. Again, this is one where like anybody who agrees with this, they already do, and if they don't, they don't. But like, I was just jumping on the fact that I thought that Destiny came off really stupid on the Adam Friedland show, and I just wanted to lay in on him. Why? I was angry. I was having an angry time. Establishing my platform, U.S. President Trixie Stark 2028. Sure. Okay, so we finally made it to music again. This is an ad for my magazine. That can stay. That was a creative, fun project. I would actually, even though it has very few views, I would prefer it be less buried. You know, like it might might reach more people now that it's not surrounded by a billion unrelated things. Love this AMV. So that's again going to be re-uploaded on what will become the Trial of the Golden Witch channel, which a bunch of you are already subscribed to, and you won't even realize it until videos start coming out, and you're like, what the fuck is this? How did this happen? How does she keep finding a way to get videos into my subfeed from channels I forgot I subscribed to 15 years ago? That's the beauty of having a billion channels. Golden Witch reads Umineko can stay. Trixie History can definitely stay. These Kendrick videos will go into a big Kendrick video compilation, so they don't need to stay. Even though Trixie Goldie Witch is a decently successful music video for being one of my music videos, it can be decently successful again on another channel, probably. Hopefully. Fucking... Is that the first word of that video is fucking? I love that. I very much, like, because of the fact that I'm not really dependent on ad revenue, I love making a point to just, like, swear right in the first minute of the video just to make everybody else look like a big pussy. It is definitely something I've been doing on purpose. Is it the best career move? I don't know, but it's really funny, and it makes me like myself more. So I'll probably keep doing it. All right, now here's just a massive number of music videos that I did back to back. This is obviously way too cluttered. But this was like my comeback from, you know, we just finished traveling the country. I used a ton of the footage of us traveling the country for these music videos. So it was kind of meant to be like, here's what we were up to, you know. But again, all of this will be re-uploaded anyways. And all of the individual videos I collected into the full album video, so there was really not much of a reason to have all the individual ones stay up anyways. Let me read some chat before I fucking do 12 unlistings in a row. Okay, let's see. What are y'all talking about here? If you're having RSI at all, I recommend a vertical mouse. I have not had any repetitive stress injury. Let's see. I'm also a 12-year veteran of Trixie lore. Indeed. 12 is a long fucking time. I've been posting on the internet for 25 fucking years. Almost. I'm close to... Well, it's possible that I had posted stuff before I was on a forum, but I don't really know where I would have. It's like, I remember getting on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Forums in 2002. Or like either the end of 2001 or the start of 2002 is when I first remember starting to post. So, close to 25 years of posting. Starting on the good old Yu-Gi-Oh! Forums, where my name was just a string of ones, and I could never remember how many ones, so I kept having to create new accounts. Because I could not remember how many ones I had put in my name. And I would say what my password had been back then, but I'm scared I still have an account somewhere using that password that I never updated that somebody will somehow find and hack into. But it was Kaiba related. because I was a big Seto Kaiba fan. All right. Definitely the nobody vid because I'm a nobody even when people know who I am. Not true. I've seen you get recognized out in the wild for your art style. Webcam's going shake crazy. That's because I'm shaking my leg. Debate bros are the worst. Keep it to bully them. I mean, they deserve it, but you know, if you want to send someone that video because they're being a debate bro, just go find it in a playlist and send it straight to them, you know? Rebooting my channel into a live-action remake of Welcome to the NHK. That would be... I mean, that's basically what I feel like Digibro arc was, the era was. I wanted to make a vid back when COVID happened on the sudden widespread relatability of NHK, but I never did, and then I had an identity crisis, so Lamau. True, though. Butthole V with $2 says, we all know I totally didn't drink at your place. Okay. You definitely didn't drink on the way to my place, and you looked like you were going to die because of it. Damn, Trixie been posting around as long as I've been alive. Yeah. I knew you'd like that I was a Kaiba fan, Brody. Going way back. Especially because your Merrick fanfic, like, so to me read as, like, what the fanfics back then were like. I was like, damn, I wonder if you've been writing fanfics for as long as you've been online. I feel like I've somehow read them before. I was like, either everyone who writes fanfics writes like this, or somehow Brody's work and me have crossed paths before. These fucking grapes, by the way. Costco grapes are massive. They're so fucking big. That GMO. Fucking injecting this shit with horse testosterone or some shit. I like peeling the skin off with my teeth. I used to do a lot of that when I was a kid, but I actually don't like the texture of a grape that doesn't have the skin on it. Like, peeling the skin is fun, but eating the skin individually is very gross. And eating the skinless grape just doesn't have a satisfying crunch to it. IMO. Blessed with intelligence, that's why I live without limits. And when I spit, you listening to hear the lessons said within. My manic fits of inspiration guide the stations and the pens, pins, and needles in my skin and driven stakes through both my hands. I never was and no will never ever be the man. Actually, I want to see myself fall on my ass. That was really painful, by the way. Like, consider that I'm wearing short shorts, and this is just rock. Very slippery rock. This is at Badlands National Park. And I had, like, gone all the way up this hill, and I'm coming down a little too fast, and then just bam! And you can see how this exposed piece of leg just dragged on it. And that was all fucked up. Ugh. Ow! And my knees, you see how my knee is like fucked up? I actually don't think that was from that. That knee injury was from earlier. I think that was from when I fell down the stairs. Which is, if you've ever had a moment where something happened to you where you were sure you were gonna die while it's happening, you never quite stop living in that moment. And in 2023, I fell down a set of stone stairs, like 25 stone stairs, head first. And as I was going down, I put my arms out in front of me, so I landed first on my forearms, which have never quite healed right, and then on my knees, and then back onto my front at the bottom. And like, my friend who was with me was like, yeah, I was pretty sure you were dead. Like, I saw you go down, I was like, oh, Trixie's dying. Like, and I was actually really impressed with myself for the fact that I walked away with only major injuries and not, and not major injuries. I didn't go to a doctor, you know. I walked it off. Pretty sure I had broken my arm, but that didn't stop me from going right back to a lifting job for the rest of the year. Which is why it never quite healed right. But yeah, I still think about it sometimes. I can still see that moment playing in my mind. And the reason it happened is that I was trying to go down the stairs really quickly, and I was wearing fucking flip-flops. Like, I was trying to show off, like, look how fast I can go down these stairs. Woof. Ever since then, at my mom's house and at this house, I live upstairs, and I run up and down the stairs about 10 times a day because I want to be an absolute expert at stairs. Some people would go through that and they would go, I'm not walking upstairs, especially not quickly. Or they'd be like, I'm going to be really careful on stairs from now on. No. I sought to become the absolute master of stairs. But yeah, that was easily the most terrifying and painful experience that I think I have ever had. Okay, so anime with personality and anime with heroic antagonists. Both of these were also uploaded to Nova's anime blog. Both of them are currently, I think, unlisted on Nova's anime blog. And they're both fine. They're just kind of like generic anime analysis videos because I wrote like 24 of them back to back trying to see like if I could just make some like fun topical type, like, okay, here's a topic that I haven't seen a video about, you know, about anime. Let's make it, see how it goes. And people just weren't that impressed with them. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're not necessary. I feel like they could stay and maybe be cross-posted, but like, you know, maybe I could mark them as belonging to both channels. Because it's not like it's intrusive, I don't think, having them here. Well, let me see what it looks like. And this is a funny video, but I just don't think it's necessary. This was more of a like kind of me just announcing that I was going to be posting to this channel again. Dirty beehole. It was just like making fun of a commenter because they tried to say like opinions are like assholes, but they just like fucked up the diction of it so badly that it didn't make any fucking sense. So I made that video to make fun of it. Okay, let's see here. All this looks okay. Does it feel weird? Well, it definitely feels weird when it goes into these AMVs. So let's remove the AMVs. Baby Stabber has to stay. Baby Stabber is God tier. The Tool lyrical analysis definitely has to go. Especially because, like, I forgot a point I wanted to make in this video while I was making it. Like, it was one of those where after I posted it, I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot one of the things I wanted to say. So that could probably be redone sometime. Why critics should be criticized, that probably can stay. I like that thumbnail. It's fun. Ooh, I look kind of hot in this. I can't wait for summer again. I'm so sick of wearing as many clothes as I am and not getting to show off my bod. I feel like I look better when you don't have to look just at my face. Nobody cared really about these MCU videos. So those are going to go. This one's unnecessary. Is Chainsaw Man the most anticipated anime of all time? I really thought Chainsaw Man was going to be as, like, the most popular anime, not realizing that Jujutsu Kaisen was, like, just that much of a bigger deal. You know, like, Chainsaw Man is one of the most popular anime. Don't get me wrong. But it is not Jujutsu Kaisen. It is not Frieren. It is not Demon Slayer, you know, like, because this was when Demon Slayer was still like the shit. When I made that video, it was like, I'm expecting Demon Slayer's over now, so the next thing is going to be Chainsaw Man. And I was a little right, but it did not overtake Jujutsu Kaisen, which I think already was a season deep, but it just got even more popular over time, and the second season is fucking awesome. So
How do you do? This is Trixie.
how do you do? This is Trixie the Golden Witch, oldest of the new school of poneglyph. You get it, a poneglyph, because that's like what the like ancient runes from One Piece are called, but also like I was a pony with a cutie mark, and that's like a glyph. It's the intelligence, you know. It's the intelligence that writes all those great lyrics. I do really like this face I'm making. I look like I'm about to say the most serious shit you have ever heard in your life.
How do you do? This is
It's such a weird intro. What was going through my head? I look like I'm just seething with fucking, like, some kind of unbridled background rage. I mean, I know where I was at this point in life, so I probably was seething with unbridled rage. But it's a funny look to have for a video that is not angry at all. It's like a celebratory video, but I look pissed. And yeah, this video became meaningless as soon as Chainsaw Man was actually out, pretty much. Living in the franchise era, no. My top anime 2020-2021, no. Alright, we got a Eureka 7, that can stay. Self-insistence is a success necessity is true and should probably stay, although I feel like I've made the points in it again. The problem with thumbtack containers is hilarious, that can stay. Critical Drinker has to stay. This is like Brody's favorite video, and it actually has a pretty decent amount of views. How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the MCU, no, I don't really care. These ones definitely stay. Top 5 trans anime stays. Moon Knight stays. This was like one of the actually hardest videos I've ever tried to make, and this is the one where I finally realized that I do in fact have dissociative identities. Because trying to talk about a show about dissociative identities was fucking hard for me at the time. Like, I really struggled to figure out how I was going to do that video, and that kind of opened up a whole can of worms for me, being like, oh, okay, I relate to this for a reason.
how do you do?
The reason I was doing this how do you do, this is Trixie the Golden Witch bit, is because it was a lyric I had in a song that Riley really liked and was like, you should do that as your introduction for every video, and I was like, alright. But going back to it, I don't really like it that much. I much prefer my original catchphrase of, holy shit! Okay, I was almost going to be like, wait, did I forget to mention the DigiDoes Anime channel? No, I did mention DigiDoes Anime. But that channel was originally, like, episodic vlogging of every anime that was on TV, basically. And every video opened with, holy shit! Because it's a very disarming way to open a video. So I actually got the idea because of how Anthony Fantano, I don't know if he still does this, but he used to always open by laughing. Like, every video would open with him mid-laugh. And it's just a very disarming, you know, vibe set, basically. Holy shit. I'm Trixie the Golden Witch. Oh, I like the MCU videos. I like them too, but they're just not necessary. Like, rather, I should say they don't hold up because the MCU has changed so much since then. And I would rather, like, if I'm going to talk about the MCU again, I will do something new, you know. Does unlisting stuff help with the algo? Is this a personal thing? It helps with the algorithm a little bit, but mostly it helps with new viewers coming to the channel and not getting confused. Because if let's say my Tezuka video were to suddenly grow 100,000 views, most of those will not be people who know who I am or are familiar with my channel. So if they go to the channel, I want them to have a natural understanding of what the channel is. And it's still a variety of things. It's not one obvious thing, but I feel like it is, at the very least, a lot easier to parse. That, like, I look at this and I think, oh, this is a philosophical, like, this is about culture and philosophy, like, or cultural philosophy. Like, all of these videos, I think there's a clear thread of what this is, you know, as compared to if there was 25 music videos and, you know, 30 same thumbnail Trixie in a swamp videos. Like, that kind of shit just makes you look at it and go, what the fuck am I looking at, you know? So I just wanted to make it easier to parse. You come to the channel, you go, okay, this is somebody who talks about, you know, culture product and culture itself from a like philosophical, psychological lens. I should probably put that like here in the description as well. Like, instead of it just being my link tree. Oh, okay, I guess there is more text. Trixie endorses neurodivergence, hip hop, furries, transgender identities, independent artists, animation, and geek culture. Even that's too complicated. It should just be like, this channel explores this channel explores culture from a philosophical and psychological lens. That's it. That's the long and short of it, really. In this Tomb Raider video, I'm going to turn into a collaboration with the Bomber Girl Vera channel, probably, because it is about a cozy game, kind of. It's about the idea that this deeply uncomfortable game is weirdly cozy in its own way. Another one of those that was like a lot of effort and not that many people watched it, but whatever. Not going to cry. Not going to cry over spilt milk. Okay. Definitely keeping the trans stuff. Definitely keeping how Netflix botched Bebop. I don't know if I want to keep the Euphoria, Isekai, and the Psychological Revolution, but I feel like that's a pretty good video. Stop Telling People You're a Piece of Shit is a classic. Evangelion's licensed angel breeding game. Yeah, that can stay. The Chocobo indenturing simulator can stay. I think I'm going to take down this Arcane video because it's out of date and it wasn't really that interesting. And I still haven't seen season 2 of this show. Like, the latest comment I got on this was like, how do you feel after season 2? And I was like, I haven't seen it yet. It's been years that it's been out. So probably I'll watch season 2 at some point and decide if I want to make a real Arcane video or not. But I don't feel like that was really much of a video. The JoJo video can stay. Story versus plot. I don't remember if this is good, but it's probably good. What the fuck is going on in Harmful Park? This one should definitely... So, if I ever actually launch that Bomber Girl Cute 'em Up video, this could be cross-posted there. This one probably doesn't need to be listed, honestly.
Harmful Park.
It's... Well, I don't know. What do you think? Does this one need to be listed? Do you think What the Fuck is Going On in Harmful Park should stay? Interesting isekai info I learned from my comments. Low-key wishing Senpai Ga Uzai was hornier. I don't even remember this show, so that one doesn't need to stay at all. This was just purely like an anime is popular and I'm going to talk about it because I can, but I don't think I had anything that interesting to say, and I don't even remember watching this show. I remember zero of this show. Words I won't use anymore has to stay. That one's pretty important. To link to people who think that I would still say certain things. I'm sorry about the leg shaking. Here, let me cross my legs so I don't shake them so goddamn much. I know it drives people crazy to have to see. All right, let me scroll up a little in chat. I feel like I missed a bunch. When I rolled an old car, I had a complete out-of-body experience, and it was surreal. Yeah, that sounds intense. Rolling a car would scare the absolute fuck out of me. But I can also imagine, like, being in the landing position and being like, well, all right, gotta get out of the car now. You know, like... Oh, fuck. I regularly have to go up 2 flights to get to my room, and the first time I ate shit was when I slipped at the bottom of carpeted stairs because I had socks on and got a really bad scrape. Oof. Yeah, and the fucked up part is right now, the stairs up to my room, one of the stairs, like, the front of the stair, the wood, like, they're clearly made of, like, several planks of wood, and the front plank on one of the stairs is totally, like, probably, rotted or something. I don't know. It is now, like, leaning when you walk on it. I know it's there, so I just step further in on each step as I go up the stairs. But I've watched, I think Krona slipped on it, and I saw another friend slip on it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is not this needs to not be like this, but I have no idea how to fix or replace it. Like, it's under carpet, so ugh. Don't get rid of too many old vids. Do not worry, they are literally all in playlists. I am just unlisting these. They are very easy to find. Every video I have is in more than one playlist. Like, they're all in, if you go to the playlist tab, it's hyper organized. So typically a video is in 2 to 3, maybe even 4, sometimes very rarely 5 playlists based on all the categories that it falls into. I feel like you might be good at stand-up crowd work if you ever tried your hand at it. Comedy is such a whole specific world. I am good at panel crowd work. Like, every convention panel I've ever done, I had no plan, basically. Well, okay, not every. There were like 2 I've ever done out of 8 that had a plan. Usually I just got up on stage and started doing Q&A, and it went extremely well. Like, every panel I ever did, I had a captive audience that no one left the room the whole time. So I do think I do crowd work really well. I don't know about stand-up because I'm not that funny. If I was going to try to do stand-up, it would probably be like Josh Johnson, where it's like more social commentary than actual jokes, Although I did write about 300 jokes about eating poop with Donnie Cowtools a few nights ago. I got into a fucking fugue state because he posted like a short set he had of eating poop jokes, and I was just like, oh, you need some more eating poop jokes? And I spent like literally an hour writing jokes about eating poop. I'm not going to spoil any of them because they are needed for that set one day, I'm sure. I feel like the Chainsaw Man manga got more buzz in the circles than in the anime. And that's, I think, a big part of it, that the anime ended up being such a weird and specific thing, especially the first season. Like, if the manga fans had just fully endorsed the anime, I think it would have gone farther. But the fact that there was like a bit of a contention about it. Now, the Reize movie has totally skipped that problem. Like, everyone seems to love the Reize movie. It's like the highest rated anime on Mal. It did, as far as I know, it did pretty good numbers and stuff. And it looked and felt both more like traditional anime and more like the manga at the same time. It did not try to be as different as the first season did. So I think that helped a lot. And the fact that the manga came back also helps a lot. I have not seen Mr. Robot. I think I saw 1 episode of it, but I don't really remember. Why do you unlist the art addressing the artifice video? I don't remember. Was that one I just unlisted today? I don't remember. Butthole Wee with $2 says, do you still listen to The Dick Show or Biggest Problem? No. Biggest Problem became completely insufferable because of Vito. I cannot stand Vito. He is a terrible human being, a terrible podcast co-host, and he has been saying the same shit for years at this point. I'm fucking tired of Vito. And as for The Dick Show, ever since Sean left, the vibes have just not been the same. Like, he's got this guy, Johnny, the audio engineer, who seems like kind of a fuckboy and like a kiss ass, and so, Sean was always pushing against Dick. He was like an actual friend of his from high school, like they had a great rapport. And like when it's just Dick and Johnny, it feels like, I don't know, it feels like there's no other side, it feels like Johnny just kind of laughs at Dick's jokes, and then he's a charisma vacuum, Johnny is not interesting. So, yeah, I can't say that. It's been a lot harder. I still think Dick's a cool guy, but he's got a kid now, and he's got tinnitus, and that's kind of like his whole life is that he's got a baby and tinnitus. And, I don't know. It's not that interesting to me. I'm sure at some point he will do something I'll care about again, but it's not right now. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he'll get swallowed up by being a dad and, never really do interesting art again, but if I ever was in town, I would would probably hang out with him in person, but listening to his show, not for me. Blah, 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 blah. And yeah, that's another thing about Chainsaw Man. As awesome as the Reze arc adaptation was, it also is like we're not even at the best part of the manga yet. So I do think there is some hope that when we get to the really cool shit from the manga, which will probably happen in the next season, then that's where it's really going to be like fucking awesome, you know? Okay, back to this. Words I won't use anymore can stay. Is Mushoku Tensei the most influential isekai history of isekai? That can probably stay. Justifying Berserk's most disturbing moments. I don't know when this got to 60k views. That's cool. I did not know that happened. This was not performing that well when it came out. So somewhere along the line, this must have got a big jump. Funny thing about this video, before I made this video, I had sent an email to Super Eyepatch Wolf asking if he wanted to collaborate on it. And I did not get a response for like a week, so I just went ahead and made the video. And then like right after I finished making it, I got a response. And I don't even think I read it because I was so like ashamed of myself for having jumped the gun. I was just like, why am I so fucking impatient, you know? And again, it didn't really perform that well at first, so I just felt really dumb. The fact that it has 60k views now is a bit of a shock. Mushoku Tensei up to 83k. This is also one where like this video had gotten up to like 35k really quickly, and then it got taken down, and it was down for like a month, and I thought it was dead in the water. So I'm also surprised to see that this has continued growing as much as it has. It's also funny that this is like a pretty positive review of this show, and then season 2 came out and was just the most dog shit anime I've ever fucking sat through. And of course you can see stuff about that on the Nova's channel, which again, all of these anime videos I will probably mark as like cross posts with Nova's anime blog at some point. I'll leave this up because it's super successful and I don't think it's necessarily wrong. It's just that the show went to shit after that. I'm glad to see this raccoon video keeps getting views. Another one that had like nothing when it came out, so it being at 20k is like just it's kept growing over time. Agretzko can probably stay. Sexual Exhaustion and World's End Harem. I remember this being a really good one, so that can stay. Spy Family is for everyone. This is one of those that again was growing quickly at first, and then YouTube fucking killed it for like a month, and by the time it came back, the momentum clearly didn't return. This one doesn't really need to exist because this was based on like the first 2 episodes of the show, and at this point it is not an interesting take on Spy Family, so I don't think that one really needs to be there. I haven't kept up with it either. Summer Ghost badly wants to be a Shinkai film. This one is not that interesting, so I don't think this one has to be there either. Hey, do you feel like shit and want to die? Well, I got a movie for you. I think that's how that starts. Funny, but it's just not that interesting. Alright, Ninja Scroll stays. Akebi's Sailor Fuku is achingly pleasant. This is one of those where I watched this show, and I remember giving it like a 9 out of 10 and being like, yeah, this is really good, and then I remembered nothing like a month later. I don't think I need this many anime videos. My Dress Up Darling can stay, because that's a very popular show, and it's actually good. But this show, I forgot about. I don't think it needs to have a whole video. Again, you can go find these in the anime playlists or whatever if you really care. Love of Kill was just a dumbass popular show. I watched it so I could talk about it. Didn't really have that much interesting to say about it. Don't remember anything that fucking happens. Okay. Wow, I'm surprised this Arkista's Ring video even has 10k views, but I like that one. That was a fun, like, discovering an obscure old NES game. Inuyasha can stay. This reviewing live-action anime adaptations, this was a good idea executed poorly. And it's a shame because it's fucking long. Like, it was a long video and it took a lot of effort to get done, but I just simply hadn't realized how fucking many live-action anime adaptations there were. And most of these I didn't really watch. You know, there's only a few where I really went in depth about them, and I read a bunch of comments that were very critical of this from people who knew better than I did. So this is one of those where I'm like, it's not that this is bad per se, but it could be done so much better and deserves to be done so much better. What is the best looking anime? This video kind of looks like shit, but it can stay. I like it because it is... I did actually spend a lot of time building up to this. This was like one of those things where it was like I had a big project several years earlier that I had been working on, and then I kind of just pulled together the scraps of it and was like, all right, let's try to make this into something postable. So it's not as good as it could be, but I think it's probably fine. I Hate Digibro can stay. Diddy Kong Racing, I want that video to gain more views. This is my most successful video since it came out, pretty much. Like... This is the most steady growing video I've ever made, where like it grows at exactly like 1,500 views every month since it came out. He C, member for 4 months, says, so is Tier List Thursdays ever coming back? I don't even remember Tier List Thursday. Right, that was members only tier list videos. Did I even just... I don't remember seeing those just now, and I was like, oh, I had already unlisted them. That's why. So, Tier List Thursdays was... I had recorded 12 tier list videos in a row over the course of like 2 days with the intention of having them come out every Thursday for 3 months. And I only edited about half of them right off, like, immediately. And then when I, like, after some time passed... I think I lost some of them. Like, a couple of the files I just literally accidentally deleted before ever editing them. And then a couple of them had really fucked up audio, because this was when my microphone was dying. So ultimately, it kind of fell apart. And also, they were not getting that many views. Like, compared to any other members-only videos I did, they had the fewest views. So... if I do tier list content again, it will be on Trixie Takes the Square, and I'm not going to do it as a whole, like, oh, every Thursday or whatever, because it just wasn't that successful, you know? I love making tier lists, but there's only so many that I really even think are interesting or, like, have enough of have enough opinions about to actually do. I guess if people send me tier lists, like if you make your own tier list that you think I would be good at, I guess, then I might be interested, you know? Okay, let's read some more chat. Yeah, the Trash Taste talked about me, and that clip can be found on the Trixie Clipsy channel, which is not run by me. If you're wondering why I didn't list Trixie Clipsy, I did not create that channel. That is a fan channel. But they posted a clip of that segment from Trash Taste. Isabel saying, Trash Taste was my favorite thing in the universe when I was 10 years old. I know you're only like 16, but it's still shocking to me that show's been out for that long. I've never watched it. Never seen a single episode of it. I've only seen that clip of them talking about me. Every time I ever tried to watch it, I got like 1 minute in and was like, I don't know how I could possibly give a fuck about anything these guys are talking about. I'm sure that probably both of those, I don't know about the third guy, but Anime Man and Giguk they're just like decent people, you know? Like, I think that they are just trying to protect their bottom line, and so they're not going to say anything political. They're not owned by themselves either. Like, neither of them owns Trash Taste. Giguk's sister owns Trash Taste. She is the producer. She's the one who tells them what to do. So, like, that's why whenever people are like, why don't you could get on Trash Taste, I'm like, no, I know I know producers who know their producers who have told me I can't go on. Like, I know I can't go on Trash Taste. It's not my world. It's not my realm. They don't want chaos. They want like a very specific thing. You know, Gigik's a former BBC program director. He is not just like some random guy who makes YouTube videos. You know, like those guys are industry professionals. They are doing an industry professional show. It is not like me. Versus Wolves, that's just two guys, you know, like Wooly and fucking Eye Patch Wolf. That's just two dudes who are friends who do a show together that is successful and good. I love that show. I'd love to be on that show. I don't really know if they do guests because I feel like it would fuck up the dynamic, and I feel like their fans would really hate it, especially because it's only a once a month show. So like, if you're trying to get the thing you want and then it's not the thing you want, I think it would fuck it up. But if they ever get to a point where they are pulling in people, I'd love to be on that show. Because I like to be on podcasts I actually listen to, you know. And every other podcast that I've ever been a big fan of, I've been on. So I could imagine doing that. But Trash Taste, again, I don't even listen to it. So it's pretty hard for me to imagine being on there. Ain't you have a Crunchyroll panel like years ago with Gigik? Yes, and that night, after doing that panel, I told Miles from Crunchyroll that anything he told me, I would repeat on the internet. I was very drunk. He was very drunk. He told me a bunch of things, and I did repeat them on the internet. And then I made a whole video called Dear Crunchyroll Stop that got 1 million views and forced them to abandon their Flash player overnight. And they blacklisted me. So there is no fucking way I get to work with Crunchyroll, which I hate. I hate them anyway, so. Gigik was cool, you know. Again, just like a normie. He's just kind of a normie who likes anime. Like, it was fun to do that show, but couldn't see doing like the Trash Taste show. That is just too corporate for me. Okay, I like these videos. I like these videos. I like these videos. This one has the worst thumbnail I've ever seen. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking with that one.
The following was original.
And this is not that interesting of a video. Despite having the word interesting in the title, it's not that interesting of a video. So we'll kill that one. Invincible Season 1 review. I guess that can stay. Music videos gotta go. Hey, we're getting into the colored borders era. Nobody liked that. I love Art Rivals Intelligence. I'm actually kind of impressed this has 6.2 thousand views now. But, no, that's gotta go somewhere else. Actually, it probably already exists somewhere else. In fact, I think we made a channel just for that album. Art Rivals Intelligence is Bird's album that he was basically forced to create. He had no desire to make it. And it took years for him to like it. Like, the first 2 years of this album existing, Bird hated it, and now he loves it, and he always shows it to people because he's all nostalgic about it and, like, surprised that he was even able to do it. But it was truly, like, pulling teeth to get him to record.
If you use a blow dryer, be sure not to get your hair stuck in the intake port, cause it really hurts.
Yeah, I love it. But it's gotta go elsewhere. I have really long hair and it's really freaking long. He doesn't have hair that long anymore either. Although he did say he was probably going to grow it back out because he's got a new job that doesn't require him to have shorter hair. Alright, these anime videos are really good. Obviously, Asterisk War Sucks Complete Edition is one of the most successful videos I've got. Still gets a shitload of views every month. Kusomega's got to stay. The metal video can go. Music videos can go. Ooh, Otagonzo tapes. That's a difficult one. That's a maybe. Maybe those can stay. Very short-lived, very experimental series. But I remember all 3 of them being pretty good. Definitely interesting. Oh yeah, the Crunchyroll girl sucks, I agree. She's not an attractive design. You're almost done working on the Resident Evil video? Woo! Should I leave in the part where I talk about the racial politics of RE5? Of course. Of course. Don't ever, ever let them bully you into not talking about politics. And remember, negative engagement is still engagement. Like, if they leave comments to bitch, that is a good thing. If they leave dislikes, that is not... Dislikes don't hurt your video. It's only... On the YouTube end, it's all engagement. All they care about is that people did, in fact, click, watch, and interact. They don't care if the interaction was positive or negative. That's why videos that are controversial can still be really huge. So, you know, on the YouTube algorithmic side... Pissing people off is not a bad thing. It's only about your mental health, whether or not you personally want to have to argue with chuds. But you're gonna have to argue with chuds. If they're not bitching about the politics, they're just gonna bitch about some other aspect of your takes. So sometimes I kind of like throwing in like a little, you know, like throwing in, maybe red herring's not the right word, but like throwing in something that I know will definitely get a certain type of person mad so that they ignore all the other shit and just fixate on that. Usually it's not like I do it in intentionally, but it's like I'll leave in, you know, if I come up with something, I'm like, oh, this will make them mad. And it's not a source of ire. It's a source of excitement. But yeah, some of my most disliked videos have been extremely popular. As a matter of fact, you know, the video I made called, like, Erased Was Never That Good or something like that, that video had, like, 500,000 views and, like, a 60% dislike ratio or something like that. It is easily the most disliked video, popular video I ever did. But... you know, the 55% of people who agreed with it were like, or 45%, however much it was, all the people who agreed with it were like, oh my God, thank you. Like, someone had to say it, you know? And in fact, it was fortunately, how I met my ex. Because she heard the Great Erase debate with Mother's Basement and took my side, and that was how she got introduced to my content. Kind of a double-edged sword, but, you know, the point is that a high level of engagement, to the point of literal engagement, came out of that video. Doesn't get more, you don't get more engaged than that. Actually engaged. God, what a fucking bullet dodged. It's funny, there are people online who still, like, make fun of... They're like, I can't believe you got your girlfriend stolen by Ethan Ralph. And I'm like, I really owe that guy a big-time thank you. Like, if I ever see Ethan Ralph again, I am legitimately going to thank him for saving my life. And then he'll probably be pissed. So that didn't turn out well for him either, I don't think. Oh yeah, the Shinsekai Yori video. That one still gets... The Shinsekai Yori video has more than half dislikes, still gets lots of views, and still gets lots of comments on both sides. Like, every couple of weeks or months, I'll get comments that are either highly in agreement or highly in disagreement with that video, and it's really funny. That is one of my favorite, like, videos to go back to and still see discussion on, because I'm so emotionally disengaged from it that it just cracks me up to see other people, like, you know, really care. It's pretty fun. Noah Caldwell Gervais always brings attention to the politics of games he plays, and people still rage about it in his comments to this day. Indeed. They always will, because those videos have only gotten more popular, you know? And even me back when I was, as close to being a chud as I ever had been, I used to get annoyed by like, why does he always have to talk about the social justice? Why does he always have to bring feminism into it? And granted, I think he's gotten way better at it. Like, I think he's better at framing why something is a problem. It used to be that he was just kind of like he would just kind of be dismissive of certain things in a way that made me go, yeah, but you didn't really explain why that is a problem. You just said it's a problem. Now he actually breaks down why it's a problem. And so if you still disagree, it's really on you, All right, continuing, unlisting more music stuff. This top 50 music videos of the 2010s is visible to me, but I don't think it's actually visible to you because it's blocked in like most places. Like it's visible to you on screen right now, obviously, but that's because I'm logged into my account. Melodic shit posting by Millennial Dadcore, that's going to be unlisted. So I think from here on out, it's going to be a lot easier. Like, it was really the recent stuff that was hard for me to decide. When it comes to stuff like, there's like a whole set of videos coming up here that I will definitely unlist. A lot of the like needless anime stuff. Alita Battle Angel review. Well, it's got 84,000 views, so I guess that one can stay. I didn't know that video had that many views. The most fun part about going through my old content is seeing which stuff has way more attention than I thought it did, because at some point it clearly caught a second wind, and I just didn't even notice it happening. But I think I'm going to wrap up this stream soon, because I think Bird's going to probably get off work soon. I'm starting to get hungry, and I don't feel like this is still that interesting to actually watch. Also, I don't think I'm going to need second opinions on much of it anymore. This was the moment that this making this album was like probably the all-time low moment of my emotions in life. Like the most emotionally dead I have ever felt produced this melodic shit posting Millennial Dadcore record, if you will. Just absolutely dead inside. So happy to not be that person anymore. Okay. I'm gonna wrap up the stream. No, not the Nuja Bro. Again, it's all in the unlisted. It's all in the playlists. Just go to the playlists. I'm gonna re-upload all the music to another channel, and that album is on my Bandcamp, so you can just go listen to it there. There was no actual video component to that video. Anything that you miss, it's all in the playlists. There's already shitload, like there's a ton of videos that are unlisted that nobody's even noticed are unlisted. I bet you didn't even notice that the Sword Art Online Season 2 videos have been unlisted for like 6 months now. No one has said anything about it. They're all in playlists. But I unlisted a bunch of shit already, so, just go find it. It's all in the playlists. No worries. No content has disappeared. You can find it. All right. Should I transition? I mean, if you feel like it would help you, then probably. Okay. Everybody, thanks for watching. Send my shirt. Are you in the U.S. yet, Landon? I'll send the shirt when you're around. Okay. Bye. See you on Discord. Hey,